Hello everyone, Voodoo here, and today we're going to be talking about gearing for Havoc Demon Hunter in 11.0 Season 1 of the War Within. Now, we're going to be talking about like trinkets and crafting order in this video and like just other gear and stuff like that. Going over our BiS like we normally do each season. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, let's take a look at a quick word from our video sponsor and then get right on to it. Before we get to the rest of the video, a quick word from today's sponsor, and that is Trade Skill Master, otherwise known as TSM. If you've been playing WoW for any length of time, you've probably already heard of TSM, but if you haven't, it's a very powerful add-on designed to help players streamline and optimize their everyday economics. Whether you're a hardcore gold goblin or just a casual raider looking to make a few extra bucks to buy some consumables, TSM truly can help everyone. Utilizing their auction helper tool to streamline your auctions and make sure you're not underselling or overbuying, their crafting queues to help you show what's most profitable to craft and keep track of what you need to craft, so no more running back and forth between the auction house and the crafting orders, or even just the restock feature to tell you when to restock on items when you get low. TSM has a feature for everyone. But that's not all. If you're someone who really wants to take things to the next level, who really wants to take a plunge and wants access to all the data that TSM has, including information on pricing of what to buy and when it's most profitable to sell, then consider a premium TSM package. Use my link in the description for 15% off your first purchase of a premium TSM package and truly take your gold making to the next level and gather a hoard of gold the Dragons of Eldraken would be jealous of. Once again, thank you to TSM for sponsoring the video. Go check them out and use my link in the description. Now, enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so the first thing I want to do is take a look at our BiS sim here, and we're going to go off of everything from here. So the main thing here is crafting and trinkets. So we're talking about crafting first. So you might notice this has an Everforged Warglaive. Now Ascendance is a weird thing, although I do want to point to the tooltip being wrong. Basically Ascendance is going to be roughly equal to Dawn Thread lining whenever you have 60% uptime. Whenever you're over that, Dawn Thread is better. Whenever you're under that, Ascendance is better. So a lot of us have recommended you craft a Warglaive with Ascendance first due to this uptime thing. And this is going to be what you should be crafting first. If we go over onto the game here, I have a sword because it's a little cheaper than a Warglaive, but I have a sword with Ascendance on it, right? I also have an Nerubian patch. We're going to talk about that one after. I just have the patch for now. So sword is going to be absolutely the first thing you should craft, or a weapon of some kind. And the reason for that is just because having a high level weapon is just so strong. This main hand slot scales so heavily with eye level. It's very important to get one. And having a weapon, you'll use it basically the whole time. But having a 639 and 2 Dawn Threads is about equal at 60% uptime to the crafted Nerubian piece here, which doubles the effectiveness of Ascendance and Ascendance. Now again, Ascendance is just very strong early because of the weapon. But with your first craft, I would craft this. And then second craft, I honestly would just craft a Dawn Thread piece. Eventually you can grab the Nerubian embellished item if you want to use that in raid. But Dawn Thread's going to be better in AoE. It's going to be a little bit better. It's going to be much better in Mythic Plus. So it's going to be a lot more value for you as a player. Now, I know, again, this sim has Nerubian embellishment, but at 60% or higher uptime, they are the exact same. You put it on like boots and belt, or hands and boots, and yada. So not too big of a deal there. I think you can, no, you can't put it on a ring, but like wrists, hand, belt, something like that would be good. And then you can also use a higher eye level offhand. Now offhand doesn't really matter too much eye level, so not that big of a deal. So craft the weapon first with Ascendance. Second spark, you want to craft a Dawn Thread piece. I will probably be crafting mine in the boot slot because that's just where I have this right now. But that's going to be doing my second spark. Third spark, I will remove my embellishment here, craft another Dawn Thread piece, and then eventually down the road I'll probably have Ascendance and the thing as well. But I do think the Dawn Thread will be better in the long run. Ascendance is just going to be better right now because it doesn't need that uptime that Dawn Thread needs. So that is going to be it for the crafting stuff. Now let's take a look over at the other thing, which is going to be trinkets. So the rest of the gear here isn't too big of a deal. You know, you have your tier in your head, shoulders, chest, and legs. Pretty self-sorted stuff. Our best neck is from Tierna Scythe. Our best writs are from the raid. Our best ring here is from I believe this is from Ship Dungeon. Come to me, Siege. These, I actually have no idea where these are from, as we can look. And then the ring is from the raid, from the last boss, and this is also from the raid as well. So that leaves trinkets. Now here in this top sim, we have two trinkets that are kind of weird. So this is a trinket that I think is absolute bait and is not really going to be used ever. This is Treacherous Transmitter. So it gives you haste whenever you use it. So 15 seconds. I think you have the thing for 20 seconds and it's a 1.5 minute cooldown. You use it, you get a 20-second buff on you. Well, buff. You get a 20-second like thing on you to do a task. Whenever you finish that task, you gain a shit ton, like a metric shit ton, like 17,000 primary stat. For 15 seconds. So you're getting a lot of primary stat. Now, what are those? Well, this Wildhead comment will tell them. But basically, you have to stand in a certain spot, chase a purple orb, or jump 3 times. So whenever you end up getting it, so down here, so they use it. I don't know what it ended up having to do, but Treacherous Transmitter happened during this Fell Rush, I guess. But this sim, I don't think is very realistic for doing whatever it wants you to do here. Now, you can Fell Rush Death Sweep and still hit very well because Death Sweep has a lot of range, but I don't think this trinket's going to perform as well in reality as it does in the game here, right? So it's just one of those things that I think is a bit of a sim bait, which leads it to just being naturally much higher. Now, you also having this does make Mad Queen's Mandate really good. Mad Queen's Mandate is really good regardless. It's going to be a very strong trinket. Some of our other sims show a little bit less. These are just a bunch of quick sims, of course, but it's a little bit less when you're pairing it with a Scarden, something like that. But it still is going to be a lot of damage. So here, 26 million damage, 26 million damage. So it is a lot of damage. That has crit, you know, solid. But I think Treacherous Transmitter is absolutely a trap, and I don't recommend you ever really get it. Now, the other trinkets are going to be this, Scarden's Grace, and Sack Brood. Now, at 639, Grace and Sack Brood does beat out a Mad Queen's Mandate according to this one sim here. Again, it's like by like 4,000 DPS, which is literally next to nothing in these sims. You're at 1.468 million versus 1.456 million. That is very, very small. That is like a minuscule amount. I don't know. I didn't do the math off the top of my head. I guess I could right now. I'm not going to. Maybe I'll throw it up. I don't know. But it's they're about equal here. But the thing here is that you do kind of have to get these at 639. If you don't get them from on Myth Track, the highest you'll be able to go with them, I believe, is 632. So we have 7 eye levels left, which will make them just kind of worse overall than Mad Queen's Mandate or our other best passive, which is the trinket from the raid. I don't have it up here right now. The other Void Reaver's one, Void Reaver's Contract. I guess I can grab a sim and pull it up. It is BiS for Eldrazi Reaver, so it shouldn't be that hard to get here. Let's grab Low Mover Eldrazi here. So this one, so Void Reaper's Contract, this is going to be one of our other best ones. Again, this is sim a little bit higher, but again, I think this build is a bait. So that kind of leaves you in a situation where if you can get these trinkets at super high level, they're going to be really good for you. If you can't, I think you probably end up with a trinket loadout similar to this here. Now, because Fellsguard Inertia wants stats so much, they're a little bit worse for it. But realistically speaking, it's going to be tough early on, especially to get these trinkets at such high eye levels, but these are farmable. So if you can go out for Heroic Week, go out and grab these. They're going to be very, very strong. Just farm them Mythic Plus, M0s once a week. They're going to be very good. And these are also the trinkets we want in Mythic Plus, which is a good little bonus. So that's kind of the video, right? Quick little stuff, talking about gearing for the week. So you want to get your weapon first, just because it's very, very powerful with Ascendance, and then you want to use your next 2 sparks on Dawn Thread pieces, maybe removing your Ascendance if you want. You can redo it later. And then for trinkets, technically speaking, this is our BiS. I don't think this will perform that well in game. It's going to be very, very weird to use. I think it's going to be worse than Branch for anyone who played in Season 3 of Dragonflight. And then Treacherous Mad Queen's Mandate's going to be our best trinket from the raid. If you can get Scardens and Egg Sack at Mythic eye level, they're going to be very, very powerful, roughly equal to using Scardens and Mad Queens. But again, these have to be from Vault. Otherwise, they'll be at 632 and will be a bit worse than Mad Queens. Now, I still think this at 632 is probably better than using a Void Reaper's Contract, but you definitely still can use it. So there you go. That's just like a little bit of a gearing thing. Everything else, just like crit mastery pieces, basically. Grab Seal, grab the Void Reaper's Blade. But like crit mastery is just so strong for Fellsguard Inertia. Basically, all these pieces have critical strike and mastery on them. Some have haste, like the chest guard, the Wings of Savage Sorrow have haste, but also so much crit. But a lot of stuff, you know, crit mastery, crit mastery, crit mastery, crit mastery. This gives you a ton of mastery. Crit mastery. Like, you get the idea, right? So there you go. short little video. Good luck gearing. I'll link this sim so you guys can check it. And that's going to be our BiS. Make sure you're always simming yourself 2 for each piece you get. And good luck gearing, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. A big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you, Sky Elk, Andrew Keenel, 100,001 Zans, Brad Wisniak, Felfa Darren Dark Terror, and Magic Man 133. Thank you all so much. If you want to help support me and help fund the channels and the videos, follow the link in the description to become a channel member and get some cool perks in the process. Again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.